Thank you for watching this video. I just wanted to point out a few things that came to mind with respect to this election. Really, I want to share with you how you can become a political winner even though you may have lost your political race. And if you are watching this video, please send it, and you're following anybody's campaign, send this to them right away so that they can see this, because here's what I want you to consider. And I'm really making this video out there for anybody who's a freedom-minded candidate, or anyone who's a freedom-minded person who wants to see some change with respect to the elections. And here's my idea that I want you to consider. That if you're running against an incumbent or someone that has won the election, okay, before the election, or if you lose at the concession party or statement, what I encourage you to do is to invite everyone who voted for you to come down to a particular meeting or a gathering, okay? And even though you lost, you invite them all down because you have something that you want to tell them, okay? And this is what it is. Let's say there was an election and there were 10,000 people that would vote in your community, or whoever that is. And let's say you lost even by half, which is a huge loss, really a loss. So the other, or well, let's just say like this, they got 6,000 votes and you got 5,000 votes. Let's just put it that way. So they won more than half, all right? Now, the thing that's amazing, the difference of just 1,000 votes is not very much. So when you really look into it, if you were to invite all of the people who voted for you, even though you lost 5,000 people, and invited them down, okay? And even though you don't have the seat, even though you didn't win the election and are in place as a legislator or whoever it is, you can still represent, just because you choose to, those people who voted for you. And you can tell them, you can say, hey, I'm still your guy or your gal. I'm still who is going to represent you. And you don't have to be done with the election. You can stay in place as their representative, okay? And what would that look like? That would look like whenever, if you open up lines of communication between them and yourself, and you want, and they have issues and things that they want to still go forward, then you can contact the representative, the one that has the vote, and you show up to that representative and say, hey, I represent the 5,000 people who didn't vote for you. I'm their representative, and I want you to know this is what they want you to do on this vote or whatever or not. And then during the time that they're in office, you can be those people's lobbyist, if you will, their representative, much better than any lobbyist who would be on a payroll representing what? Corporations or other people's interests. You actually would be the representative of people who actually vote. So that's much, much better than a lobbyist. And so when they're in doing something, you can maintain, during the time they're in office, maintain a presence and an active presence with respect to that rep, whether that rep is doing bad or good. And so you can be reporting on when that rep is doing things improperly or whatever it is, but you're still in play. You're still staying connected with your constituents, the people that are doing that. Because what's the other choice? People who lose, their candidate loses the race, all of a sudden their candidate's gone, those people are disenfranchised. I'm saying they can stay in play. And so even though you may lose, you're still a political winner. And this is an awesome time for you to show up and show what you're made of. You can show these people that you are worth being their rep. And the beauty about it is if in the 2 years or whatever the election cycle is, you stay engaged, you may, just by how you show up, you may, your a representation or the people who want to vote for you may increase. So you'll be campaigning, if you will, through the whole time that this other rep who took the seat is in place. And this is beautiful, especially for incumbents when they win because they have a lot of money and all that. The people who voted for you can still have someone who's engaged and who still shows up for them. So that's what my suggestion is. So if you're a political loser, don't quit. Stay engaged. Connect with the people who voted for you. Invite them to show up. And that'll be awesome. Now here's another thing that you can do with respect to, how does that play out? You can contract and you can create an organization that's not running for office anymore, an organization that takes care of your needs while you're still serving them. This is all voluntary, or it's all based upon a charity, genuine charity of some sort. The idea is that it's not until it's in a political cycle or for political reasons like running for office, then it can be completely different. And I just suggest this: don't do anything formal. Do everything informal. Do everything organic. Just do things by agreement. Have people take care of things because people are friends, their neighbors, their family, all that. And don't do anything that's formal. Then that way you're not, you're not causing any trouble with the establishment, if you will. But the idea, the most important thing is that even though you lost, connect with the people who voted for you, and it'll make a significant difference in the change of things. All right? So forward this idea around if you can, and pass it on to political parties and people who are running for office. Certainly in the freedom movement, I'd love to see this still stay engaged. People still stay engaged, and this can be a game changer. Okay? So what happens? Hopefully it'll be for the best. Okay. Thanks so much.